Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello and welcome back to our channel. Some months back, before the dissolution of RISEC board, there was a date fixed for the local government area council elections, where the Supreme Court has said that there was no local government elections, and of course RISEC chairman then decided to fix a date which was slated for August 9. This was all before the sole administrator was brought in Rivers State and emergency rule was declared. Some weeks ago, it was a case of the Fubara's camp singing and giving that slogan, "Joy is coming." But as we speak, there seems to be a graveyard kind of silence in that camp. And from Wike's camp, they are giving the vibes, telling Riverians exactly what is about to go down. Let's dive into the news proper. Don't forget that just a few hours ago was a case of Bola Tinubu presenting Rivers State 2025 budget. Talk about Rivers State being the federal government state now, then you will not be wrong totally, as Bola Tinubu is personally interested in that state. Well, as we speak, from Wike's camp, they're telling all local government chairmen and those interested in running for local government election to participate, to go and get ready for August 9 local government elections in Rivers State. It is sacrosanct. And of course, as we are speaking, there seems to be no hope at all that the person of Fubara will be on seat while that election will take place. They're going to give full details why it seems so and why there seems to be graveyard silence in the camp of Fubara as all this moves is getting clear exactly where this is heading. Don't forget there was a 6 months suspension given, but would it go beyond 6 months' time? We'll tell. Well, as we speak, the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Justice John Tosho, that's Omotosho, has transferred all the cases on emergency rule declared by President Bola Tinubu in Rivers State from Port Harcourt Division of the court to Abuja Division. And that's to tell you that the federal government is very much interested. So all those cases where Riverians, top human rights activists, lawyers from Rivers State and all that filed their cases in Rivers State, hoping that they will get a judge to oversee their affairs. They have served all their notices, but they seem to be dilly-dallying, and a whole lot of them were getting unnecessarily agitated. What's going on? We filed this case. We have filed a suit that Ibasete should not, in all honesty, do anything with Rivers Fund, shouldn't touch Rivers Fund, because there need to be a lot of things done properly, and that he is unconstitutional. And before they will say Jack Robinson, Ibasete continued as if nothing happened, and some persons started calling out that Ibasete is not obeying the rule of law, is not answering court summons, he's literally not doing anything when it comes to the issue of court. Issue of judiciary. Well, that matter has been settled now, because that matter has been moved. All the cases on emergency rule, on Ibasete, on sole administrator, on constitutionality of the whole system, they've pushed it all to Abuja. We all know that when it gets to Abuja, the strength have been moved. But then again, with this particular move, many people are insinuating, even Wike's camp are literally telling Riverians, in case they cannot read in between the line, that Fubara is not coming anytime soon. When they asked one of the strong allies of Fubara and an LP chairman of Rivers State, I'm talking about Hilda Dokubo, the former actress, she said that she's so sure and she's very optimistic that Fubara will come 6 months. Within 6 months, Fubara will come, because modalities are being put in place, and the peace talks are going on. Despite the peace talks, it's as if whether the peace comes or the peace does not come, things are already in place. And it looks as if by the time Fubara will even come back to that seat, all the machineries will be in place. But let's say a place that my colleague is in the house.
Well, it's quite a pathetic situation looking at the trend of events in River States. Unfortunately, that is what we are going to be facing And I've always been making one particular statement, and that statement is a precedent has been set, a way of life has been set, an ideology has been pulled out that it can actually be knitted to Nigerian democracy. And that's some form of, call it undemocratic democracy, So right now, we've seen what is going on. The elected governor had been kicked out. It's something that will never be forgotten in the history of Nigeria. And that is that the president at one point, looking at the situation of events in a particular state, have the exclusive right, though not stated in the constitution, to kick out anybody that he deems is not carrying out the tenets of governance in Nigeria. And it has come to stay. On the issue of those court cases that we are hearing, I wouldn't want to say much about it, but it's a pointer to the fact that the federal government wants to take it up personally. They want to handle the issue personally. As I've always been saying, nobody should really extend any form of blame to Ibas. Ibas is an appointee. We have to be clear about this. Ibas is just an appointee, a retired man who sat one day and received a call from a very esteemed office, the office of the president of Nigeria, that he should come forward and should go in and take charge of Rivers State, that there's an emergency rule there. And what were you expecting? For him to say, no, according to the constitution of Nigeria, I can't do such. He's not a lawyer, you understand? So, come on, he's the president that is sending me on an errand, and he went and did what he did. So, trying to drag him out is a way of dragging out the president. Don't forget that the president had also told us during the announcement on March 18 that Ibas will be reporting directly to him. Will be reporting that there is no state governor that is reporting directly to the president, But this one, they say he is meant to report directly to him. He's an appointee of the president. Unfortunately, that is where we are right now. So people blaming him, dragging him to court, for me is senseless, absolutely senseless. If you have anything to do, you go handle the federal government, and that's exactly where we are right now. And I mean, based on the things that we have heard thus far and what is going on right now, it's quite unfortunate that Fubara may not even return back to that seat. I may not predict it, or I may not say it as though I know, because we still have some months ahead of us, talking about the next 3-4 months. But from the way things are going, it's very obvious that Ibas may not return anytime soon. So let's just put our fingers on. Fubara, sorry.
But he said his spirit has left the place.
And that particular statement has indicted him a great deal.
Or could it be he's aware of these moves before it's taking place?
No, I don't think he's aware of it. That statement he made, if you look at him personally, you know that it was an emotional statement. He was, I would say, he was oppressed. So he just had to make that statement. Unfortunately, that's where we are, and I don't know how this issue is going to be solved, but even those who were in support of it in the nearest future, they will regret it, because I can assure you that when a northern president takes over leadership of this country come 2031, this same thing will repeat itself, and unfortunately, it will be targeted at 3 places. Let's just get it there. Lagos, Port Harcourt, Rivers, Kano. Those are the 3 places, because we know the chunk of money that comes out from there. So if he's a criminal-minded kind of person, all what he will do is to trigger issues in those areas. Merely those areas, there are issues. It will now be a national state to be handled strictly by the president.
And let's hope that Fubara have not prophesied his own. After all, he used he used this altar to make the necessary decrees. Let's meet in a conversation.